everyone, welcome back. I'm so happy you're here, and of course, everyone who is new here for the first time, welcome. My name is Yanni, and I'm doing this all about Christmas channel. On this channel, you will find lots and lots of seasonal and daily decor DIYs. Come on over to my description box. There you find the link for this channel, and of course, the link for our other main channels we have for DIYing. So come along, check it out. And for today, I'm going to take out my tumbling tile blocks again. And of course, I hope you also take out your tumbling tile blocks and your glue gun and join me. And if you only want to watch, have fun watching. You see already on my table what we will need for this DIY. We need some tumbling tile blocks, some a glue gun, a little bit of paint at your choice. Of course, I use probably the black or the furniture wax, but choose anything you like. Some glue sticks, some brush, some scissors. And that's the main pieces we need for this DIY. We are going to make, at least I'm going to try to make from tumbling tile block an Easter basket. So we will see how this will turn out. We are going to start with the bottom of our basket, and what we're going to do, we are going to make 6 blocks in a row like this. Just squeeze it and press it down and remove your glue. I always say it's one big riddle you can you can repeat for yourself. It's always very easy. Just squeeze it, press it down so you get a nice piece of your tumbling tile block, because sometimes they will stand up or the measurements are not always the greatest. So just measure it out a little bit like this. You see already this one's also a little bit smaller than the one before that one, but we are going to work with it like this, and again squeeze it and press it down. Now we already have 1 of 6, and I made already 1 earlier. You see, now we already have 2, and we are going to glue them, and I'm going to look for which one is fitting the best to each other. Maybe this, I think this is fitting the best. So I'm just going to glue this side and this side, of course, and just give it enough glue until here, and then squeeze it and press it down like this. And you see already the glue is coming out, so remove it immediately so you have a nice clean space you can work with. So this is already 2 of 6 and glued together. So this will be the bottom of our basket. As the second step, what we're going to do, we are going to make some squares, and I call them rings because that's easier to talk with you, because a basket has rings, but we are going to make them in a square. So what we're going to do first is going to make 4 pieces like this, glued together. This is one, and we are going to do a second one like this and press it down, and we are going to make the third one like this. And of course I use this glue, but if you want to have it a little bit stronger, then I would recommend you do it with some wood glue. It's always a little bit stronger than you do it with the glue I use, because I want to do it fast for you, so I'm not always using the wood glue. You see, we have 4 pieces of this one. Now we are going to make a very simple square like this. Just glue over here, and we're going to place it over here like this, and keep it straight like this. And now we're going to glue this one against here. Again, do some glue on top of here, and we are going to glue it together like this, and again squeeze it and press it down. And now when everything is correctly, this one and this one is fitting over here, and of course you see already I bend over this one a little bit too much, so I have to work with it to get it like this. Of course I'm going to do some glue over here, a line on this side and a little bit on this side. You see already I need a new glue stick, and I have to be fast because or else my glue is dried up. But that's also DIYing. You get things which are going right and things which are going wrong like this. You see, and I have to work with it because we want to have a nice square. And you see, now we already have our first square. We are going to make a couple of them, but I will do that, of course, a little bit faster than I did right now. You see already on my table I made 8 rings. Of course, I counted this one already, we made already with it. So I have here 7, of course 4 pieces of 2 like this. And now I only need to make from each bunch, I made a nice square like we did with this one. Of course, I will do this also a little bit faster so it doesn't take so much time of your day. All 8 of our rings or squares, just how we call it for now. But of course, I want to tell you also, give some little bit of your time for checking out all the lines, all the glue parts you just glue together. If there's nothing on glue on the sides, because it gives your works always a nicer look if you work away your glue. So take a little bit of your time also to do the glue sides. If I done all of 8 of them, then we're going to build it up and we're going to start with the bottom and our first ring. So I checked all my rings or squares and I'm going to take one of them, lay it on top of here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get my bottom. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this time my wood glue. It's a very easy brand blood glue, blood glue, wood glue. Sorry, this is just English, English and Dutch together. It doesn't work. We call it here in the Netherlands, we call it houtlijm. It's very easy, houtlijm. So it's very easy just to say, but wood glue is also fine too. What I'm going to do, because I want to have a study underground, I'm just going to glue some glue on the sides like here. And of course, I do a little bit more than I probably should have done, because but always wood glue is drying up very clearly, so don't worry about it, and then you are sure that your bottom is glued very great together, because we don't want that our basket is falling off. We are going to turn it over and place it exactly in the middle of this square and just let it go down and let it dry for at least, I think maybe an hour, half an hour, but at least look at, maybe if you do some heating over it, it dries a little bit faster. So, but I'm let it dry and then we're going to build it together, the next step. In the meantime, while our bottom with the first ring is drying, I'm going to take 3 of these squares like this, and I'm going to paint all 3 of them in the black chalk paint, of scoreboard paint, just how you call it. And of course, you can choose any color you like, but I'm just going for the black chalk paint because it gives a nice matte finish, and the I don't. The great thing what you can do with this color is that you can combine it with any color which you are putting into your basket. That's why I chose for black and the furniture wax. So it's a little bit of rambling because I didn't come out of my Dutch and English, but it doesn't matter. You know what I mean. So I'm going to take these 2 colors, but you can take any color you like. You can give it a white color, a red or green or something else, or yellow, but I am going for this one. So I'm going to paint all 3 of them a little bit faster in the black color. The bottom is totally dried up and you see already, of course, I will do it in some furniture wax, but I will do it later. First, I'm going to glue the rings or the squares on top of each other. What I'm going to do, going to do some wood glue also on this line because we are going to make an extra one with the like the plain color, like not the black color, but with only the wood color. I think that's a better better word. Like this, we're going to place it on top of here, like this, and we're going to make it really fitting on top of each other. And also this is, we are going to let it dry for a little a couple of minutes, not too long, because we are going to build it further and then let it dry in totally one piece. Then we can go further with the handle. But first, now we have, you see already, two sides of our basket. And of course this is, I hope it is very sturdy in a moment. You see also the second layer is dried up. I'm placing it beside because I want to be sure that I have my black pieces on a straight line on top of here. So I place this one over here, and then I'm going to place this one over here. But I want to be sure where I need to place my glue. So what I do, I'm going to place it the way that I have the most kind of openings over here. So I have to go over a little bit over like this. And if I look at right this, now I don't have openings over here, here and here. That means that I have them in the middle. So I'm going to take my pencil and just make a line like here and over here and over here like this. And you won't see it anymore because we will do later on some furniture wax on top of here. So make sure that you see the lines, and you see already, I showed you a little bit closer. You see, I have here the lines, and now I know I don't need to glue this part, this part, this part, and this part. Only the parts in between I need to glue, and I can easily place my piece back on top of here. The only thing we need to consider, because we are going to turn them over, because we need first a black ring and then a thing. So we're going to turn it over, that your the ones you still need to furniture wax, you need to have them in one straight line like this. But I show that you while we're going going further. That's better than my English. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my glue, because I'm going to use some wood glue, and I'm going to glue the parts in between like this, just going over here and a little bit over here and a little bit over here and over here like this. And now I can place my black part back, and of course I have to be sure that I have it in the straight line like this. And I'm going to look if I have everything also over here, and I have to replace it a little bit. And of course you see already that I did also some glue in between here, but you can take a little piece of kitchen towel and just wipe the pieces away, because it's very difficult measuring out where you can use the glue or where not. I'm going to do all three of them. So I'm going to take this one, and again a black one, and I'm going to, you see, like this. You see the glue in between, but I wiped it away with some kitchen towel. But you see, now he's totally in the middle. So I'm going to do also the other ones, but a little bit faster. You see, we have our pieces glued together. What we're going to do, because we are going to start on the bottom with the black one, so we are going to turn it over like this. And if you look right now you can see the same pattern. We have here two blocks over here, one longer over here, so we get the same blocks like this. And now we're going to build it on top of each other, piece by piece. And I'm going to measure out so I have it exactly in the middle of my other one like this. And I'm going to take my pencil again, and I'm going to go under it, make little pieces of your lines, so we also know on this side where to glue our glue like this. And of course it's a little bit more difficult, but of course, just do it with some rest. And of course, if you don't understand what I say, but because I was looking back at my explanation a little minute ago and it was one chaos. So if you don't understand what I'm saying with my rambling sometimes, just let me know in the comments down below. And I want to happily tell it to you what you have to do next. But I hope when you see it, it really is looking the same than I explain it. I'm going to get some glue again and I'm going to go over the same like we did when we did the blacks on top. And now we're going to do like this and like this over here and one over here and like this. And of course you don't can do a little bit extra glue, but you don't have to do too much. But of course we don't want it that it falls apart. That's really be from all our work what we did, that's always a little sad if everything falls apart. So I'm going to place it on here. I have to look if I have the lines, and of course I'm going to look like this, get my fingers aligned around it, and then I'm going to try to squeeze it, but not too hard, because when you squeeze with wood glue, it's most of the time it's going always this way. So try to get it on the same position and then squeeze it like this and keep it in place for a little moment until it is dried up and we can do the next ring. And of course I won't bore you with that. I will do that a little bit. In the meantime, while our little basket is drying, I'm going to lay down the size of the basket like this. This is the opening we need a handle for, like this, so I can measure out what the size is. What I'm going to do, I'm going to try to give it a little bit of a steady handle. Of course, you can use a piece of rope, you can take a piece of leather, just what you want. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get some blocks, and I'm going to do first a couple of them against each other like this and squeeze it real hard. We need 4 of them to start with, because we are going to first make the sides like this and squeeze it and press it down. And now we are going to glue these two together like this and squeeze it and press it down and remove your glue again. Now we already have 1. We're going to do the same again. Do some glue over here, place 1 block on top of here and make sure that he's straight to each other like this. And we do a second one again like this. And I need already a new glue stick, always when I'm filming. And again, place them together and squeeze it and press it down. Now we're going to do some glue in the middle, and again we have to be sure that we glue it the right way like this, and I squeeze it again. Now we already have 2 pieces and we are going to place them over here. Now we're going to make a handle in between, and I'm thinking of again 2 pieces like this, just 2 blocks again against each other like this. This is 1, and we do a second one like this. Place it again, squeeze it and press it down. Now we have 2 already. What we're going to do, because we need to measure out, and you see already my blocks are not totally, you see already, if I keep it this way, you can see that the blocks are a little bit different from size, so you have to work with it because the other one is great. So I'm going to place this one over here and this one over here like this, and I'm going to use my measurement piece like this, and now I'm going to lay the two of them on the sides next to this one like this, and now I'm going to make again two blocks against each other like this, the same like we did with the other ones like this. Squeeze it and press it down, and now we are going to do some glue on this side and on this side, and we are going to place it in between like this and like this over here. Of course, also for this you can use some wood glue, and I try to get it in the middle, but I have like this. I hope I have it straight like this, and I have to be sure, place it down like this, and have to be sure that I press it real hard until it is dried up like this. And you see already, I already glued myself and the glue is already coming loose. But this is what I mean, and I will repair it a little bit because you see already one of the sides is coming off, and I have to, do you see, like this, and I'm doing some glue in between and place it again against each other like this, and so you can easily repair your DIY like this. And now we are going to glue it on top of both of them like here. Now we have our own handle, but of course you can change it up any way you like. Here you see the pieces of the handles, like I did two of this one, and we have one of this one. This is so easy to make like this. You only need to measure out. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do some glue over here, and I'm going to glue this one on this side like this. Squeeze it and press it down. And of course remove your glue like this, and we're going to do the other side also with some glue like this, and we're going to place this one also against this side like this. And of course we let it dry, and then we're going to take our basket, and here we have the parts of our basket. You see already, this is already the basket. It's a little bit big. Maybe you want to make a little bit smaller one or a little small. What we're going to do, we are going to glue this on top of here like this, and then he's finished to do some furniture wax on it. Bear with me, we have to see when we decorate it how much he looks like a real Easter basket. So this is an experiment. Every time we are coming up with something, and I don't know how everything will turn out, so we do our best. So we glue this on top of here. I'm going to do it with some wood, some glue from my glue gun, but of course you can, like I said earlier, you can also use your wood glue for this, but I'm going to go for this one for only the glue of my glue gun. But like I said, do whatever you think it's right, and like this, and I keep it in place for a little moment like this, and I'm going to wipe away the glue we don't need, because when we are going to wax it, then you get the glue under it, and that's not a great sight. So this is a little bit how our basket turned out. It also looks like here in the Netherlands we call it a waterput. I don't know how you call it in English, but maybe you can look it up. Waterput. So, but I am going to get my furniture wax, and you already know, who is here already for a long time, I use the Easy furniture wax. It's an antique wax, darker brown, so it gives a nice rustic feeling. So I'm going to do this on top of here. I'm going to start with my furniture wax with the inside of our basket, so like this, to give it a nice rustic look. So I will finish it off and do it a little bit faster, because this will take a lot of your time. Before I go a little bit faster, I have to show you how nice it always looks when you give it some furniture wax. It changes by the minute, and I'm always so happy with the rustic look. But of course I understand if you like a more of a white color, or maybe another color for the Easter season. I totally understand. But I also wanted to show you that a rustic basket is also fitting in any decor. So I will do the rest a little bit faster, but I did have to show you how this was looking. And here you see eventually how our basket turned out. And of course, I call it every time an Easter basket, but you can use it for any season. Of course, this is just a nice basket just to have laying around in your decor. Laying around, standing around, standing around in your decor. Of course, I have on my table a couple of things I wanted to show you how easy you can change your seasons up. So I have here some white, yeah, I think you call it raffia, if I'm correctly, I hope. Am I right? So, of course, you can do a couple of them over here. Just do something in here like this and just make also sure that it is going a little bit out. So not only everything inside, but also a little bit out like this. And just work your way with it and just give it a nice high look. So everything is coming out a little bit. You see, I will show it to you like this. This is a little bit better because you see it in a different angle than I have it. I have here some little pieces of my lemons, and of course just place a couple of them inside of here, and you can even do some greenery with it. I have some greenery over here. Just what I mean, just a little pick of greenery, and you just place it in between, one on this side, one on this side, like here, and one on this side. And you see, this is just a very easy way just to give it a nice spring feeling. And one on this side, of course. But you can go all the way with other colors, of course, like this. And you see already, now you already have a nice basket with some lemons for the spring season, if you like this one. And of course, I did some lemons over here, but I also got a couple of faux pears like this. And you can also combine it with other fruits. And of course, if you wanted to give it another look, you can do some pears around it and just squeeze them in the sides. Of course, I am really loving the fruits. And you see, this is already a nice different look than you. I have to show it to you this way. I hope you can see it a little bit like this. This is only with some fruit. Now we're going to make it with some greenery. Going to get everything out, and I'm going to make it for the Easter. I hope you can see it from above, of course, but it is very easy to do because I always make my displays easy. I am really loving this place. Like this, I'm just going to place some greenery under it to give it some structure already under it. You won't see it again. So now I'm going to get a nice, this is just some greenery from an old garland. I always keep everything, I save everything because I always think you never know when you need it later. You just work your way inside and you take another piece like this again, another piece, just stick it in like this. And you can even go over your the head of your handle of your basket, but of course I'm not going to do this today. I'm going to work my way down and to give it a nice little base like this. And you see already, it gives already a nice volume to your basket. And I'm going to get a little bit of some greenery. Yeah, you could do some paper. I think just like the white one we used earlier. I think it's called raffia, but I don't know if you call it also in English. I have to look it up, but I'm not with my telephone right now, so bear with me. So I'm going to place something exactly in the middle, only in the middle. Just squeeze it inside. Just work your fingers around it, so it gives a nice structure like this. You see, this is a little bit green with brown, and I'm really loving the rustic look. What I'm going to do, I'm going to look if I can get one bunny inside of it. This is just a simple porcelain bunny. You can find them anywhere. This one was only 79 cents, so he was very cheap. Maybe I can hope I can get one on the inside, on this side, and maybe one on the other side. But I have to look if my basket is big enough, but I think he can sit over here. Of course, I have to work with it a little bit. So now we have on one side one bunny. Of course, I'm going to get some greenery picks, just also from a garden, just get it off. And you also have nice picks to place in, just somewhere in your display. Just do whatever you think is right. And I'm just going to pick a couple of them inside. And like here. And we're going to do a couple over here to give it a different structure to your display. Like this. And of course I work my way around and over this side. And of course this is a little bit boring probably for a lot of you. So don't mind if you don't like it. Go skip forward. I don't mind. Of course I don't mind. I hope you don't. But at least but I understand. So you see now I have the bunnies in here and I'm going to do some greenery on this side from the bunny. Over here. Just place it in between. And like this and like here. So it gives a nice different structure to your basket. Of course I showed you in a moment a little bit better. I have some lavender, at least we call it here in the Netherlands, we call it lavendel. And I think you call it lavender if I am correct. But it's a very also faux and I ordered it online on AliExpress. So if you still want to have it, I have it in different colors. So you can choose any color you like. Of course you can do the whole pick inside, but I think for me it's a little bit too high. I'm going to try it, but I think he's too high. Oh, it's possible. You don't have to cut them because they are coming on a whole piece like this. And I'm going to do the other side. Of course, bend them a little bit because they are wired. So that's a great thing. And just like this. And we do the other corner like this. It's very easy. And now you already have a nice rustic warm display. I can hold it a little bit better like this, but I show it to you right now a little bit better with the end result. And here you see a quick impression how our basket turned out for the Easter season. But of course, like you saw, you can change it up for any season you want. So I am so happy you're here and you spent a little moment of your day together with me. Everyone who is watching, you mean the world to me because your friendship means so much to Diana and me. Of course, I hope you will subscribe to this channel, of course, and give me a thumbs up. But also coming over to our description box, there you find the link for our main channel, Deco Easy with Diane. So come over and check it out also for lots and lots of more DIY inspiration. I wish you all a beautiful, beautiful day. Stay safe. And of course, I hope to see you on Saturday. And everyone, now I show you a little bit closer how he really turned out.